And we live. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sports. And today I'm joined by the brothers. Shava, Trishul, how are you, gentlemen?
How's it going?
Now
Excited?
we good. I'm keen
Yeah,
for this topic. This one here
Yeah.
is gonna divide opinion.
yeah, I know this one is. It is. Let's just get straight into it and let's not waste any time. Um, Please advise if you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So, guys, today's episode we are ranking the best wingers of all time, left wingers in particular, left wingers. So we've got these players that I could think of. I'm not sure if you guys have any others that maybe you need me to add because I have my Google open right now because I know you guys are a well of knowledge. You're very knowledgeable when it comes to wingers. But as the episode goes on, we can add more players as we did last time.
Mm, there
Looking
I'm
are
at.
a
not seeing
couple.
straight out
Harry,
Alexis Sanchez.
yeah,
Oh yes.
Harry
Okay.
Kewell as well.
Oh yeah, Harry Q, Alexis, yeah, Sanchez. Oh my days, how can I forget about Ish? Which
Look, everybody
Sanchez?
forgot about him.
The Arsenal Sanchez, nah,
The
yeah,
Arsenal Sanchez, yeah.
not the
Um,
United one,
yeah. Not the United one. Don't get him in that
nah.
first shot.
uh,
Are we counting Ginola as a left winger, or is he a cam?
mm, and we didn't have him when we were doing camp, so let's just add him.
So let's add him here,
Gino.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we've got Thierry here, then we need to have David Villa here.
Didn't he play strike?
I don't think
Valencia,
Dante
no,
should be on this
He
list.
played striker up until he went to Barcelona, and then he
Barca.
played left winger.
But for me, peak Villa was Valencia, though, personally.
I think he scored like 50 goals in one season at Barcelona
Oh, 50.
and
Okay.
won the Euros.
And but at Valencia, didn't he also win the Euros? And he was top goal scorer.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah,
was.
oh
Was he
08.
top goal scorer? Yeah,
Yeah,
he was top
in
goal
08.
scorer.
Yeah, in 08, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. We can remove Tyrion.
Uh, oh, Perez is there. I'm just looking
Gosh,
through the
this is
list
a bad image,
that
man.
I had.
And you can't even remove these pictures. Shit. Bad,
Right
bad.
click.
It doesn't allow, bro. Unless if I reset everything, so it's gonna delete everyone. And
Nah.
Nah,
Okay, leave it on. Leave it on.
yeah. All right. Let's start off with the first player, Sadio Mane.
What are the options? Elite, world class, great, decent. Okay,
I think
he's not
we
a
got the
goat.
tiers spot on. The tiers are spot on, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a change, nah. So where would you guys put Sadi or
Let me
Let
go
you go
last
first.
here.
Then.
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to
You
go
go.
last. You guys can have this
okay,
discussion.
Trisho?
So, my brother will attest to this. I always said that at Liverpool, during their peak, besides obviously Fabinho, I always said Mane was the glue. And he was not just the glue, he was the world class glue.
Yeah,
And one of the most underrated players, even though he was, highly rated, but I don't think he was highly rated enough. And I think
100%.
of recent, of course, look, the buy-in season didn't help, and then going to Saudi didn't help. But I
Mm,
mean, you achieved everything in football. It's an African man wanting to provide for his family's family, his city, his country, and
yeah,
everything. I don't blame him for going to Saudi, but I think a lot of that like sort of diminishes his image and people don't really give him the respect he deserves. For me, I'm putting him at the top of world class. I know he's the first guy, but for
yeah.
me, definitely the top of world class, definitely.
Eish. Guys, can I just ask, are we looking at the players holistically, like from the beginning of their career till up to now, or are we viewing their prime?
No, the
It's
career
tough,
whole.
right? It's
Yeah,
tough, and I'll tell you why it's tough, because we're
Yeah,
going to get to one player who,
yeah,
if you look at his prime, he would be GOAT and there would be zero questions about it. You wouldn't
yeah,
even argue that he's in GOAT. If you look at prime, you would even say
yeah.
he is one of the all-time greatest of all times. He's up there with Pele
Mhm.
and Maradona. But over the course of his career, he's
Oh
not
yeah,
going to make it there. So
Ronaldinho.
I do like the over the course of their career, but we
Mm,
also have to acknowledge their prime.
mhm,
yeah. And I mean, just to add to what you said, Tushel, I thought Mane was elite even at Southampton, bro. Because there are times where he used to score hat tricks for fun. I mean, he scored
mhm,
the fastest hat trick in the Premier League. I
mhm.
think, I think Southampton won 6-0 against Aston Villa. I
It
recall
was
watching that
three,
game.
3-5 or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he scored a hat trick against Man City while playing for Southampton.
Mm.
So this is a guy who had has always been amazing in my opinion. And even LVG wanted him at United.
Yep.
But of course, the Glazers were like, let's go for Di Maria. But
We chose it was actually the
yeah,
season after we chose Memphis. We chose
you see,
Memphis
It was
over
it was
Mane.
Memphis over Bobby,
Yeah,
yes.
that too.
not Sadio.
Yeah, I wasn't smart. But anyway, yeah, man. I'd put money at elite personally, bro. This guy hardly had bad games, other than him getting red cards for beating up people. He also was like a Zidane-esque type guy. But I'd put him on elite personally. I really rate my like prime money. And then for Senegal, he's won CAF. I
Mhm.
mean, see what I'm saying? So yeah, personally, yeah. You, Shiva?
Okay, I sort of, and as I thought I would, both agree and disagree with all of you guys.
All right.
Firstly, he wasn't the glue, but he was the signing that took us from a struggling team to a team that people started taking seriously.
Yeah,
I think he was Klopp's first signing. No, Grujic was Klopp's first signing, but he came in
yeah,
that window. Um, and immediately in his first game, he tore Arsenal apart.
yeah,
Mhm.
Um, and what Crizo says about him not being replaced, I think we can all say that Diaz has replaced him. Probably is not on the
yeah.
level of Sadio, but he has been replaced. And for
Mm,
me, he is the most underrated footballer, but simultaneously the most overrated footballer. Like the people who underrate him just simply do not give him the credit that is due. And the
yeah,
people who overrate him, like they don't overrate him as a player, but they overrate his importance. And the thing that always comes to my mind is that drop off that we got when Mane left. And everybody says, oh, it's because of Mane. It's because of Mane. But it actually wasn't because of Mane, because Klopp saw that Mane's legs had gone, and that's why he stopped playing him on the wing. That's why he moved him centrally, so that he could. And he barely played 90 minutes after that as well. Um, so look, for me, I think he is simultaneously the most overrated and the most underrated player. I'm putting him in elite because how many players can say they are champions of England, champions of Europe, champions of the world, and won their continental title?
mm-hmm. Not a lot, bro.
Not a
And as
lot.
well,
So
and as
I'm
well,
putting him in elite. And the most
yeah,
underrated part of Mane was actually his ability to pass the ball. Everybody
yeah,
looks at his dribbling and his work rate and his pace and his explosiveness. But I remember he played this pass um, to Divock Origi against
yeah,
Everton. And he sliced that defense open. And if that pass came from like a Kaka or an Iniesta, no one would bat an eye. Actually, if like there'd be super sport highlight reels of it. But because it's Sadio Mane and he just looks a bit awkward when he's playing those passes,
mm-hmm.
you hear about it in Liverpool highlights rather than super sport highlights. So for me, he's elite. But I do still think he is overrated by the people who say he was more important to us than he actually was. He did take us up a level. Um,
Mhm.
Look, we will. I will tell you the answer to that question when we talk about the strikers. if you want to talk
Alrighty,
about someone
alrighty,
who sacrificed himself for the team and was the glue.
all right. I know it's all good. So yeah, it's 2-1. So we'll leave him at
Mm.
elite. Then. Let's move over to the next player. Sipiwe Shabalala. We all remember that
We
goal.
all remember.
That goal.
Probably
That
my favorite goal, or one of my favorite goals ever.
Hmm.
yeah, that one shook the
Really
country.
did put us on the map. It
Yeah, it
really,
put us
really
on.
put South
Yeah.
Africa as a country on the map.
But guys, we have to
Um,
be honest, right?
yeah, yeah. I think let's just put him in decent. He isn't gonna hold
Like we have
candle.
to be honest. Okay, wait. Where's Steven Pienaar?
Is Peter
Nah,
a winger as well?
Pienaar was
He played
Cam.
left wing, but
Nah,
for
Pienaar
Everton,
was Cam.
he played left wing more than he played Cam, because Tim Cahill played Cam, and we didn't have Pienaar in our Cam list.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna add him. Skido.
Yeah, we can put him next to.
No. With Stevie P, I got some arguments, but with this guy, yeah, look, he gave us one of our favorite footballing memories, but as we said, we have to speak about the course of the guy's career, and we just spoke about someone who won everything.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah. All right. So I've added Pino. Yes, Pino. So do we move over to Pino now, rather?
Hmm.
Yeah. So Stephen Pino.
I'm putting him
I'm
decent.
gonna put him
Yeah,
in great. I'm
ooh,
gonna tell you why I'm gonna put him in great, because
Yeah,
the man turned up in the big games,
he did.
right? Scored
Yeah.
against United. He scored against
yeah, it cost us
Liverpool.
the league.
He cost United the league. For me,
Hey.
that's equivalent as Piwe's goal. But I think after Everton, he moved to Spurs, and that's when he played Cam, and like the Spurs
Yeah.
kind of got to him. He was never world class, but I mean, he made it in Europe. He played in the Europa League. I
Mm-hmm.
think he played in the
He
Champions League
did make
as
it.
well.
He did make it in Europe. He did
And
indeed.
in like recent times, he's probably South Africa's second greatest player after Benny.
Yeah. Especially from a consistency standpoint, this guy, majority of his career was in the UK. He's a
Mhm.
Everton legend.
Yep,
He
Pretty
was the
much.
Ajax Cape Town and then Ajax Netherlands graduate,
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Then he went to
and then
Dortmund,
was it
and then
Dortmund and then
yeah,
Everton,
then
yeah.
Everton, and then ever
and
since
then
he played for
Spurs.
Everton. Yeah, I think for Everton he played for a while, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was there for a long time.
For a very long time, bro. To a point where he even cut his hair initially.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, man, and Pino was saucy as well, bro. Yeah, he
and
was
he has
very,
the work rate.
yeah,
And he has the work rate.
very
Second
much.
biggest SA football export. I don't know. Hey, I feel like
Lucas
Lucas
Radebe.
Radebe probably has
Yeah.
an argument.
Yeah.
Even Sean Bartlett might have an argument.
Mm,
Um,
Benny.
yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I know, but Benny's
no,
up there.
Benny's number one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Benny,
Benny's up there, bro.
I have
Yeah.
a discussion about Benny when the time comes.
Alrighty. Let's go for Sanchez, Alexis. Hmm.
I don't know.
Can
I
I go?
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I
You can go.
remember I remember conceding a goal, Liverpool against Arsenal. It was
Yeah,
Alexis Sanchez who scored the goal,
yeah.
and that goal was so saucy. I wasn't even upset. I was just
Mm.
like, you know what? I'm privileged to see this. Um, for me, he is absolutely elite, or was
Yep,
at Arsenal.
yep.
Absolutely elite. There was this man, this guy. He would score volume, but
Mm-hmm.
he would also score. Like I remember him going through on goal against West Ham, and then cutting in and dinking the keeper. And I'm like,
Yep.
how do you do that in one stride?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like look, he also scored a cracker against Atletico Madrid for
yep.
Barcelona. I think he's got a Champions League as well. I could be wrong. No, he doesn't
Yeah.
have a Champions
No,
League.
no, no,
Mhm.
it
No, he
doesn't. It
doesn't.
doesn't. Yeah.
It's his
But even
tenure
at,
at United that killed his rep. Exactly.
yeah,
I feel like this
yeah.
will be a consistent theme.
Yep. That's true. That's true. Another thing is Shabbat, you're forgetting. He made Messi retire for the first time because he won back-to-back Copa Americas.
Yep.
And he scored
Yep.
both winning penalties, and they were both
Yep.
Panegas. So that
Yep.
is wild, bruh. To win Copa America back-to-back for Chile, come on, bruh. Come
Mm.
on. And
And Chile
Chile
haven't
used,
they
yeah,
haven't done anything before him, and they haven't done anything since him.
100%, 100%. He was part of the golden generation, so to speak,
Yeah.
with Vidal in the team as well. So I'm with you, bro, on elite. And there's a time where we played. Yeah, there was a time where he was playing for Udinese, and it was Bafana Bafana versus Chile. And boy, didn't he rinse Lucas Twala, bruh. It was bad, bruh. I felt sorry for the homie, bruh. It was bad. He was just toying with him. When it's 1v1, it's like he was just getting past them non-stop. And I think we lost 2-0 in that game. Chile were just too strong. And yeah, man, that's when I was introduced to Alexis Sanchez. After watching that game, I was like, damn, who's this guy? Then I did my research. He was playing for Udinese at the time.
Mm.
So yeah, man. I'd also put him at elite. Tusho,
Yeah, so that
you
that
know,
that United one was
mm,
really disappointing because
mm.
I think
Even his
what people
performance
also
on the piano was elite.
so I think what people also need to remember is it
Mm,
started just before the United move, where that season, like I think after he got after his transfer to City failed that
yeah,
summer, he I don't know whether he downed tools at Arsenal, but for whatever
yeah,
reason he lost a yard of pace. He wasn't as
mm,
lethal. And look, I'm not going to sit here and deny it. I was over the moon when we got him. I thought we were going to win the league that season because we were still
yep.
in title race when we got him. And then he just never showed up. I think he scored one winner and that was it. I'm not
But
going to deny
afterwards, he did kind of get his stock back up at Inter Milan again.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like I mean, he didn't. I think he won the Scudetto, and then
He
he
did
did
win a
well at
Scudetto.
Marseille before going back to Inter. But look, I think by that point the damage has already been done. I'm not denying his greatness. It's just
mhm,
I think there's going to be many better players that we're going to put into it. Um,
Okay, let me ask this question. How many? Okay, everybody says we can't judge a player just on their prime, and I do agree with that. We
yeah,
have to judge them over the course of their career. But pretty much everyone, aside from someone here that is on this list, will have peaks and troughs in their career, right? So,
yeah.
how many seasons is enough for us to say that is a big enough batch? That is always my question when it comes to these discussions. Because
Mm,
for me, I think four is fair enough
yeah.
because four gives
he only
you
had three
a
and a half
full
years
World
at
Cup
Arsenal.
cycle.
He
And
only
he
Now,
had
had
three and
two
a
great
half years at
seasons at
Arsenal.
Barcelona as well.
and then Barca, bro. Don't mess with the Barca
Don't
side.
forget
He
Barca.
did have one good year at Barca. I mean, I remember the chip against Madrid, but
Yeah,
then we're counting that's 4.5 over 12-year career.
but even at
That's
Udinese,
4 years. That's
because even at
look for me.
Mm.
It's
Udinese,
4 years. You guys might
yeah,
disagree and say it needs to be longer. Chris, I don't know if you want to chip in with your number. I'm just
yeah,
saying 4 years because it's a World Cup cycle. No other
yeah.
reason.
I'm also agreeing with you on that. 4 years, bro.
Look,
Because even
I think it's 2v1. I think you're not.
mhm,
I'm gonna put him in world class simply because there's a lot of guys underneath there that I keep to a high standard. But I can see
I
why
think
you would put him
I
in
think
elite.
we can reassess. But I think
yeah,
if you take those 4 years, there's no doubt that he's an elite. But I
and as
completely get
well,
you.
Mm.
bro, the international titles,
And
guys.
those
South
international
Mm.
America is the
titles.
toughest. Is the toughest region in my opinion. South
Yep, it
America,
is.
bro.
It is
It's the toughest,
100%. It is.
bro. And for you to win two back to back,
Mhm.
ah, dog,
What
that
people
guy,
don't
No, fair enough,
realize
fair enough.
about South America is it's not like
yo,
Europe where it's either fuck cold or extra fuck cold. In
exactly,
South America, it's you go from fuck cold to so hot you can't breathe within a
dude,
week. It's
hundred
tough. It's
percent.
really tough.
It's the toughest in my opinion. You must even check the World Cup standings currently, bro. It's there's the gap between number 1 and 8. is so it's fine margins, bruh. I mean, didn't Peru beat Thingy? Uh, Uruguay? Yeah, Uruguay recently lost to I think Peru. You know, that region is very difficult in my opinion, but it's very competitive. I like it a lot. You know, Ecuador
Mm.
can slap you on their day, bro. Ecuador
Mm.
can slap you, you know.
Yeah, no, fair
So
enough. I think we
yeah,
can, keep him in elite and then move on. I mean, look, we're going to reassess at the end in any case if there are
yeah.
any changes to be made.
All right, cool. Then Frank Ribery.
Now, that's the one I'll put in elite without any debate.
Yeah.
There's no debate.
Shivat, Shivat, I think has something to say. Shivat.
I have nothing to say. This
Oh yeah,
man was just sauce. Like
too
Hmm.
much,
ah,
too much.
the
Just
first
this
touch.
attitude. Yeah,
Yeah.
just that attitude.
So the first time I saw him was actually the 2006 World Cup.
Yep.
I think he came
And it
off
was
the
on.
bench with Zidane, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why are they taking off Zidane? I stayed up late because I wanted to watch Zidane. And then
Hmm.
this guy, I saw this guy. I'm like, okay, maybe I should just keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
And then I saw he played for Marseille, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
why are Liverpool not, making a move? He plays for a smaller team. Then he signed for Bayern Munich, and I can't say I kept a close eye on him, but I did see him in the Champions League, and I did see
Yeah.
him put world class fullbacks on ice.
Yep.
Also, you know, um, he's got a treble. I don't think he's
Mm.
Two.
got a World Cup, but no, he's only got one treble.
Just
Did he
one.
not? Was he not?
He was not
Nah.
part of the second treble winning team. That was
And as
Robin
well,
that has two.
and as well, remember
Oh, yes,
there was,
yes.
there was that season where he was close to winning the Ballon d'Or. I think he finished in the top
Yeah.
three.
He
Yeah,
was
Yep.
second, and he could have.
could
He
have.
could have
Yeah,
won it.
could have won. He was upset, bruh, for losing that
Hmm.
one. I recall he even was vocal. Like Ribery didn't give a fuck, bruh. Like this guy used to
Hmm.
speak his mind. You know,
Hmm.
he
Mm.
used to speak his mind. You know.
Such a shame he doesn't have a World Cup. That's I
Yeah,
think that would have really set him up. But
yeah.
look, it was a
He,
pleasure.
he
I
even
think
got
that's what
It was a
matters
exiled.
really.
pleasure.
Yeah,
It
he
was
even
a
got
pleasure.
exiled for the French national
Mhm.
team. Hey, he just had
Oh,
a
he
bad.
was. It was undoubtedly a joy to watch. Like,
Yeah.
and during Champions League nights, if it's a big team playing, you're just gonna watch the match. And every single time I watched Ribery, it was like this
Yep.
guy was like unreal, like absolutely. I think dribbling, like what my brother mentioned with the
Woo.
fullbacks, he was unstoppable.
Unstoppable,
You
bro.
really could not go toe to toe with him. And yeah, consistency as well. Consistency
Yeah,
worked for many, many years. So yeah,
yeah,
I'm putting him ahead of Mane if you wanna just
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
be
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, definitely. They were not even gonna argue that one, but like he is. Yeah, no, Ribery was a joy to watch, bro. Him and Robbery.
Mhm.
Although
Mhm.
Sadio also came third in a Ballon d'Or vote.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's just move on X before he starts
Yeah.
rambling some more.
All right.
Can we put
Marcus
Rashford in
Rashford.
decent? Yeah, decent. Decent.
We said 4 years, right? Has this
Yeah.
guy done it for 4 years?
Nope, he
Ooh,
hasn't done it for
he
more than
hasn't
He
done
he
seven
it
months.
he's
for
had
a year.
he's had like 5 years where you're waiting for Rashford to arrive,
We're
and then
still
he
waiting.
arrived for like 6 months.
We're still waiting. He's a young player. United top rate say he's a
Yeah.
young player.
I mean, look, he has a European trophy, but no, no. Look, let's be honest with ourselves here. Rashford has a good 7 months every 4 years. You want to talk about the 4 year
Yeah.
cycle? There's your cycle.
Yeah.
It's a good 7 months every 4 years. Um, I'm not even going to argue with it.
Mm.
We can put him up to great because
No, let me tell you why
Nah.
I
whatever
don't want to put him
reason.
up to great, because it's the basics. He runs with his head down. He doesn't have a good first touch. He's
And he
very
has no
effective
balls.
when he's latching onto a pass, but as
Yeah.
soon as he gets ball to feet and now he has to do something, I
Hmm.
don't see it in him.
Can't do
Hmm.
it. He has to be running straight.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a Lukaku. Look at Lukaku right now. The pace is now gone. It's just the strength
Lukaku
that's
still,
there.
but Lukaku still is consistent and still does what he's supposed to do, which is score
Yeah.
goals. Rashford
He's
is
Lukaku's also got
damn
really good
average.
positioning. People don't
Mhm.
give
Yeah.
him credit for his
Okay.
positioning.
That's true. That's true. That's true. They are
I'm
going
not.
for it.
I'm not having Rashford anywhere near world class.
Create
Why?
another tier, call it pop.
Pop.
True.
Create a new one and call it Pop Day to land.
And then just put Rashford in. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not having him anywhere near a good level of footballer.
Yeah.
If you were having this conversation last year at the start of last year, I would have maybe said great when he was in his purple patch. But the guy
Yeah.
the guy is a horrible footballer, and it's such a shame because we all had high hopes for Manchester
Yeah.
born and bred, but it just hasn't worked out.
Yeah. All right. Robert Perez, guys, from Arsenal.
I didn't
From
watch
what
too
I
much
have
of him.
seen, look,
Oh, how?
I've watched a little bit, but I think I've watched enough to decide. I would go world class. I won't go elite
Mhm.
because as good as he also was a little bit limited when it came to things like pace.
Hmm.
You
Of
see,
course, there's
that's the
more to the game than pace, but I feel like the stars kind of aligned for him. He could play on the left and come inside, and Thierry would go outside. So that's why I'm not. Obviously, look, I'm talking within the context of elite and world class, right?
Mhm.
I'm not talking within the context of a footballer because he
Yeah.
is undoubtedly world class. But I don't think. Look, maybe other people have seen more of him. For me, I don't think there is enough to put him in elite.
Hmm.
Yeah, me personally, I'd put him on top for world class because I've seen Robert Perez. My uncle, like, there was that period where I was indecisive as a kid whether to be a United fan or an Arsenal fan
But
between
your
the two.
dad's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, my dad. I don't know. I Liverpool at the time. I wasn't interested in Liverpool. I think this was like, yeah. I think I was in grade 4 because I started supporting United when I was 10. So this is '02, right? And yeah, I started paying attention to Arsenal games and United games, and like specifically because I was torn between the two. And yo, this guy was wavy, bruh. He was wavy. He
Mm.
even won PFA Player of the Season in 2003. Um, he's an invincible. He's got a World Cup. He's got a Euro. Uh, but like
Yeah,
I agree
you make
with
some good
Shabo.
points.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He's got and as well, he used to start for the French national team. That's
I
another
can't put
thing.
him in
So
elite though.
okay,
I can't.
Yeah,
what I will say
yeah,
about the guys in elite is even for Sadio Mane, they were the main outlet in their teams,
yeah,
right? With Perez, maybe it wasn't his fault because he
yeah.
was playing with Thierry Henry, but he was
Mhm.
not the main outlet in his team.
There was also Bergkamp, you're forgetting, Shaba.
And
So he was
Bergkamp,
like the
correct?
third man. Yeah, that's the reason why
Yeah.
I'm leaving him at the beginning, like of world class, because man, there were times where this guy was unplayable, Shaba, bro. Not making guys. And as well, like you said, he lacked pace, but the take, he had too much of that, bro. He had a lot of take, passing ability. He was very creative. He could dribble. It's like Payet. Dimitri Payet has
Look,
no pace, but he
I
knew how to
am
beat it.
I'm not
Yeah,
against putting him in elite, right? Just for
yeah,
me, the three guys in elite had something that Perez
yeah.
didn't.
And as well, like you, for me, I'm leaning towards what you were saying when you were saying that he wasn't like
The
uh
main man.
the main man. You see, whereas with Liverpool, Sadio Mane was I'd say him and Salah were the main men.
They took
They
turns.
needed, you see what I'm saying? They took turns. Whereas with no, let's leave him there, bro. It's fine. It's fine. I know Arsenal fans, none of them want to come onto the show, but that's their fault. You know, yeah, I
He
passed the
did
eye
pass
test.
the eye test. He did
Yo,
pass the eye test.
he was hella takey for a Frenchman. Ooh, hey, he had flair, bro. All right, Kingsley, Coman.
Mm.
I think he is also a product of his time.
Yeah,
Where the only time he hasn't won, the only time he didn't win the league was when Harry Kane played for his team. but that's not because of him.
That's so true, dog.
I can't put him in world class though.
No, no,
Yeah,
he isn't.
I think
No,
he's a
no, no,
very
no,
good
no.
player. I
It's
think he's
not
a
yeah,
even
very
a
good player,
debate.
but I can't put him in world
He's great.
class.
He's
he's
nowhere
great.
near world class. He's a great
He
player.
does have a go. He does have a Champions League winning goal.
Ish.
Nah, Krizo. Nah, nah,
No,
nah,
but
nah, Krizo.
because
And
that's like
No, 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 no,
yeah,
no, no.
how Eric Jemba
He's
Jemba has a
he's
Premier League.
a decent player with a world class career, so therefore he's great.
like
His
Danny
career
Welbeck.
was world class.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. You would take Danny Welbeck at United right
No,
now.
no, no. I'm
I
just
would not
saying.
take Danny Welbeck
At
at
that
United right now.
time, Shaba, at that time we won the league. It was like getting an A for being in the group. Yeah, for being part of the group assignment. You know,
You
you
chipped in
got the
here
A.
and there. You
Yeah,
corrected your friend's spelling mistake.
you see, yeah, I did the content page,
Yeah,
and then showed that line everything.
you didn't
Guys,
forget to click
I
full
think
justify.
it's great. It's great. There's no we can't really
Yeah,
We
argue with
can't,
that.
yeah,
especially
but
if
he
it's
is.
Pires that's in that world class tier.
Yeah, but as
Mhm.
well, he is. We won't deny it. The guy is decorated. He's got
Hmm.
French league titles. He's got Scudettos. He's got gang. I don't know what they call it in
The
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga,
That's called Bundesligas, but
yeah,
doesn't have a nickname. Okay.
doesn't
Anyway,
have a nickname.
oh yeah, we understand that, but
It's about the
even
player you are, not about the stuff
yeah,
that you've won.
but even with the
Yes,
consistency
yes, he
as
has
No,
been
but
consistent, but he
injuries.
hasn't been world class for 4 years.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's been a good player, but remember his career is also blighted by injuries.
yeah,
He's also
and
Look,
had
as
a
I
well,
lot
wouldn't
of
take him.
injuries.
I wouldn't take him ahead of Luis Diaz right now.
yeah,
And the 4 players above him, I would take ahead of Luis Diaz.
yeah.
I think
I
great
know.
and let's move on.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving. Yeah, I think great as well, guys. Let's move on. Otherwise, Crizo's gonna try his things. You know. All right. John Barnes. I've never seen John Barnes play. He's very well
Same.
I've
spoken.
only
I
seen
think.
highlights.
Yeah.
Everybody, all of the older Liverpool fans, they say he is the
Yeah.
flashiest and the most entertaining Liverpool player. Some call him, they liken him to what Luis Figo was.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen, like, I can't speak for myself on this.
Yeah. No. Same thing with my dad. My dad loved John Barnes a lot, bro. Spoke very highly of him. But I've also
I think
not seen
these
him.
players that we haven't seen, it's unfair to judge.
Nah. Let's
Yeah.
just leave him to the side. Hey, John
Look, we'll
Barnes,
give him his flowers, but I
yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, I had Luis Diaz, but do you think it's too soon for us
So
to
that's what I
even?
was gonna say, right? Because man, let's just see when he leaves Liverpool
Yeah,
and where he goes once he leaves Liverpool, because
yeah.
he could realistically fit in all 3 of those tiers.
Mm. All right.
I don't know if you
Giggs,
guys disagree with me.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I
Mm.
don't think his resume is he hasn't played for a long period for us to even, you know,
Mm.
judge per se. But anywho, Ryan Giggs.
Elite.
Yeah. I don't
You
think
can
I
we
was
deny
need
it
gonna
all you
go world
want.
class.
You can deny it
Look,
all you want.
is
He played for 20
okay,
years.
okay. Yes, that's but he played for
That's
20
five
years at a
World
world
Cups.
class standard.
You did
But but he
your
was
4 years. You
but
did it for five.
but he played, but it was at a world class standard. He was never the best player at United.
Ish.
I
Shabbat.
am taking gigs over Sadio Mane.
I am not taking Ryan Giggs over Sadio Mane. No,
Mm.
I am not taking Ryan Giggs over Sadio Mane. Because he
Let's
scored
move
that
on
goal
from the
against
Sadio Mane.
Arsenal. Because he scored that goal against Arsenal.
He's done so. He's the Premier League's greatest assister. He has the most assists
I
in the
mean,
Premier League.
it's
He's
easy
got
to
the
do
most
that when you've got like
titles.
700 games. Guys,
Yeah,
this is
listen
how
to
I
me.
know I'm
Yeah.
surrounded
He
by United fans.
he has a
Am I
triple
the only
two
non-United fan
European.
here? Where's
He got
He's got
Ngubad when
two
I need him?
European cups. Arsenal
Where's
don't
this
even
guy?
have one.
Okay,
mm,
Nguban said he'll see us at 8, right? So I think let's
Yeah.
put gigs at the bottom. When
No, no,
Nguban
no,
comes,
no,
we
no,
can
no, no,
we
no,
can
no, no,
talk
no,
about
no,
this
no, no,
again.
no, 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 no. Giggs
Okay,
was
look, I am outvoted, even though Yas's Oaks are
Yeah.
showing the
Gigs was
United
nice,
shirts
bro.
here, but cool, I'm outvoted.
Yeah.
So even with Nguban, I'm outvoted.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's move over to the next player. Vinny Jr.
So I would
okay.
actually
I'll
put
let you
him in
guys go
elite.
first.
I think he's elite. I think he is
Same
what
here.
people thought Neymar would be.
What
So
like
I
let yeah.
I can so fully agree with that because I love like how we talked about Ribery. It's a pleasure with this guy.
Yep,
It's a pleasure.
Mm,
yep.
And the thing is with him, he carries a bad name because of the racism, which
Hmm.
fuck Atletico Madrid fans, fuck all of these guys in
yeah.
their league who give him shit just because of the color of his skin. This guy is absolutely elite. He is
Yeah.
a joy to watch. That goal against City in the Champions League, where he turned, who was it? I don't remember who it was, but on the halfway line, where he just opened his
Yeah,
legs, let the ball go through.
Fernandinho. It was
Yes,
Fernandinho.
through
And
him, through
he has
Fernandinho, and gone.
yeah.
What I will say though against him, and I'm agreeing with everything you're saying, but what I will say against him is he hasn't been at that elite level for 4 years yet. He undoubtedly will be. Like there
Mm-hmm.
is no doubt that he will be, but he
You're
hasn't.
right.
I remember that season where Benzema was scoring goals for fun.
Mm.
That was his kind of breakout season, and
Breakthrough.
even
Yeah,
at
that was
that point he wasn't really elite because he was more of like a distraction on the side. you know
Mm-hmm.
he would take people out to make space for Benzema, or he'd get in to the space that Benzema's created. um but he has a golden boot, custom boot, we all know what that means. But ever since that season, this guy has just kicked on. And
yeah.
I likened him to Neymar, but what he does have that Neymar didn't have was steel. This man has grit. He will work for
Yeah.
every
Mm-hmm.
single little scrap that comes his way.
Can I also just say something?
Yeah.
That's our Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, pretty much. He's leading by a country mile. I think
Yeah,
he's gonna
Is
win.
it him or is
he
it Jude?
It's
no,
gonna
it's
be
him.
him.
It's him.
Is it him?
It's gonna be
It's
him.
him. And I think that also, look, I know people will say he's our shittiest Ballon d'Or winner, but come on, guys, if he played for City, no one would be saying that.
Yeah. If it,
Nobody
He's
would be
saying
exactly
he's
saying
our
that.
okay. He's our shittiest Ballon d'Or winner because the other Ballon d'Or winners in the last forever are all, one of the
way here.
greatest footballers of all time in
Yeah.
their
Hmm.
positions. Right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Think of it before Kaká won the Ballon d'Or. He is
Mm,
in the same level as those players were. He's in
mm.
the same level as your Luis Figos and your Pavel Nedved. I'd argue he's better than Nedved.
He's also only 24, guys.
Yeah.
He's not on the level as Kaká, Ronaldo, Messi, Modric,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Benzema, but
Mm,
who is?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
so I can see what you're saying about maybe not elite yet, but if he has a Ballon d'Or,
If
uh,
you look,
and he has two
I
Champions Leagues.
just wanted to put it out there because I made the comment about 4 years,
4 years.
and
Yeah.
everybody agreed with me. But
And it's
four
been
years
Yeah.
4
might
years.
not, but it might not be
But this is his
blanket for
third.
everyone.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't
And
think
Shabbat,
it's
this is
been
his
4 years
third
for
year
him.
as well. And
So
this is his
I,
third
I,
year.
I remember with Vinicius when he started the first year or two, everyone said, "Gosh, if this kid could finish, he would be like the best thing ever." And then
And now he
suddenly,
can
all of a
finish.
sudden, he learned how to finish. So where is the
Mm,
like the argument gone? He is a phenomenal player. He is a phenomenal, and like we said with Ribery, it's a joy, it's a pleasure.
It
He's a
is a
yeah.
phenomenal.
pleasure.
I'm
And
putting
as
him
well,
in elite.
yeah, and as well, his decision making has also improved, bro. Like
Hmm.
he really, every
He's
time he
kind of
gets the ball, he doesn't give it away. He's always making the right pass, the right runs.
He's
It's
also clutch and has BMT.
yep,
yep.
very clutch.
And
And that we
and
all know. Yeah.
there's one thing that I have noticed about elite players. They all have this air about them, but
Mm,
they're also still team first.
yeah.
And he is that. He's definitely
Hmm.
that. So
Yep.
look, maybe
Hmm.
maybe my 4 year criteria doesn't work for all scenarios.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to take him out of elite, even though
Yeah.
it's my criteria that he doesn't match. But I don't want to take him out of elite.
Yeah,
Me
no,
neither.
it's like, yeah, man, it is what it is, and yeah, I'm with you with that, guys. At least we can agree on that. Eden Hazard,
I'm putting him in elite.
Shiva,
I I I say I start him in elite, and then I
yeah.
watch him down tools, and then I put him in world class.
Oh,
Only because he down tools a couple of times in his career.
yeah, and even his Madrid tenure,
Only for that, and his
yeah.
Madrid tenure, but literally only for that. Take away him downing tools to get Mourinho sacked, and him downing tools to go to Madrid, and he is definitely elite.
But didn't he down tools for, it was Conte who where he down
Was it
tools, right?
Conte? But
Yeah,
Jose as well. Jose
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And
Shiva,
then he turned up. Then he turned up just to remind us. Then he turned up to beat Tottenham.
yeah.
Just to remind us that he's got it.
Hmm.
But every
Hmm.
argument that Tuchel's going to make, I'm going to agree with him because this guy is an
Yeah,
elite footballer. There's no doubt
yeah.
about it.
Ah,
But
but it's,
as I said, look at who we're putting him next to.
Eish.
My point
When
is
he,
I'm taking him over Sanchez and Mane.
I
Mm.
am not taking him over Sanchez and Mane. There was a couple of seasons where it was touch and go between him and Sanchez, but yeah, but I suppose Sanchez also
Hazard
kind of
did it
fell off
for
the
eight
boil, eh?
years at Chelsea. Okay, we can excuse the 1 year where he was shit, but
Yeah.
And Herrera is shit.
No, he
he
pocketed
pocketed
half.
Hazard. But yeah, no, look, he did it for 8 years,
Mm.
seven,
Look,
8 years.
yeah,
I,
as I said, the
Eden
only thing
Hazard.
is when he down tools, and yeah, aside from that, I have no
Mm.
reason not to put him in elite.
Look,
Yes.
if you want to talk about downing tools, Sanchez left Arsenal to join Manchester United because he threw a hissy fit. And then
That's
he
also
did
true.
the same thing in the summer to join City and he didn't go through.
That's also true, and we
Yeah.
didn't
Um,
criticize Sanchez for that. So
exactly.
look, I'll
Mane
take
did the
it.
same thing with Liverpool when he went
He
to
did
Bayern
not
Munich.
do the same thing with
He
Liverpool.
didn't down tools, but he handed
He
in
did the
chances.
opposite of down tools.
Well, he didn't pick up anyone's tools. But yeah, I'm the truth is in the comments in any case. But
He did pick up tools.
yeah,
That's also
that's
true.
it. That's
That's
it.
Yeah.
also true.
Hazard was probably one of the best dribblers I've ever seen in my life. He was
Mm.
clutch. He had big match mentality. Okay, maybe he was a shit trainer. For club training, he was a shit trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't always
Look,
turn up at his best in training, but the guy was phenomenal. He was elite. He was better than Vinicius. Any form of Vinicius, I'm taking him over.
mm-mm.
If
Okay.
you want
Well,
to
what
say
I will
that,
say,
yeah.
what I will say about why Hazard should be in elite, and it's something we've been saying about all of the other players, is it was a pleasure. It was an
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
absolute pleasure to watch him play.
Oh,
hmm
it was a
hmm
joy, bro. A joy to watch, bro.
So what are we doing elite? Sisha, Sisi, I think you're
Yeah.
getting you're the
Yeah.
decider.
I'm
Look,
saying it.
I'm happy to say he's elite.
Hmm
I'm happy to lose
Okay.
that argument, and retract what I said.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Now, who should we go for? Human Son.
I'm putting him in world class.
With no trophies.
I'm
I'm
also
still putting
putting
him
him
in
in
world
world
class.
class. He does have a trophy. He's got the Asia Cup, like the
Oh,
actual
yeah.
Asia Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
the
for his
only time he's
country.
got a trophy was when he didn't play with Harry Kane.
It seems like Harry Kane is bad luck. And I think he's also, it's beginning to get to him as well, bro. You're on social media, and yeah, you know,
We talked about players who die for the team when we were talking about Vinicius. This is the guy who's literally is Spurs. He
yeah,
is Scotland. And obviously without Harry Kane there, but he can do everything. He can score, he can
yeah.
create, he can dribble. He is fast. Son
And he's
is
also,
fast,
yeah,
and he is also unstoppable when he's running at you with the ball. The guy has a shot and a half on him. A long shot, a close range shot. He
Two-footed
can do
as well.
everything. He is two-footed.
Mm,
I'm not going to put him in elite, certainly not, but I'm definitely
mm.
having him world. He's been world class for 6 years,
Yep.
more than
Yeah,
6 years now.
Yep.
So that's a
yeah.
World Cup and
Look,
a Euro.
I've said on this channel that I thought he was better than Harry Kane.
Mm.
I don't know
I
about that, but
don't know
I,
about that.
I
Look,
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously,
that I don't
Kane
know
did
about.
get Kane did improve and improve at a faster rate than Son, but there were times where Son was a better player than Harry Kane.
Mm. I'm just trying to
But
think of
the
this
thing is,
guy.
for me, right? Even if he wins a trophy, even if he
Yeah,
wins like an FA Cup or something, it's not enough to put him into elite.
yeah,
So I think world class is fine regardless of what he
Hmm.
wins.
yep.
Hmm.
I know it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. With you on that. All right. Then we move to Pavel Nedved.
You've got a Ballon d'Or, so you minimum world class, but I can't put him any higher than that.
I also
Yeah,
can't
but
put him
another,
any higher than that.
I think the reason why I would put him higher is because the period he played for this team, my team, was during the period where Serie A was the best league in the world. Between the 90s, 2000s, up until '06, Serie A had the best players in the
Hmm.
world, and we cannot debate that.
But
You look at
but
AC
no,
Milan.
I will debate
Yeah,
that. I will debate
yeah,
that because the year
yeah.
that he won the Ballon d'Or, it should have gone to Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry,
Why?
yep.
Why did it go to Nedved? Then?
I think Nedved got to the. I don't even think he won the Champions League. I think he got to the
Yeah, he got to
Champions
the
League final.
final against AC Milan. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
lost.
This
I
was
don't even think he
2002,
won
right?
it.
No, no, no. Four.
2003, 2004.
Two, three.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
3-4.
Thierry was top goal scorer and top assister in the Premier League
Wasn't he
But
also
like
an
I said,
invincible?
but another thing is, guys, the
and
league.
invincible.
Yeah, but as well, Premier League wasn't Serie A. There was a huge difference, guys, to a point where
Yeah,
Thierry
but
Henry had to leave Serie A to go to Premier League because the kitchen was hot, bruh. He was at Juve and he had to leave and go to the Premier League. Dennis Bergkamp had to leave Inter and go to Arsenal because it was
Well,
tough. It was
Dennis had
Christian
to leave
Vieri.
because he couldn't travel and he was homesick. That's why
Who?
Dennis had to leave. Dennis Bergkamp.
Leave Juve. I mean Inter.
Yeah, Inter. Yeah,
But
he
job
flew.
isn't
He moved to
even.
England because it was a closer flight to the Netherlands. He
Are you
had
for
he
real?
like yeah he had major issues with like homesickness and traveling and stuff like that.
Here's Crizo. During the time,
Well,
Juve
that's
bought
also
everything.
true.
Hey,
That's
Brad,
also true.
you're gonna
Thierry
get
Henry would
shot.
have a Ballon d'Or if Juve kept their hands in their pockets.
But
mhm.
I'm just saying, if you're a top assister and a top goal scorer for the French league right now, it wouldn't weigh a lot
Yeah,
compared to someone in the Premier League currently, only
yes,
because of the
but
level of
X,
difficulty of the
but
league.
X, but X. At that, you're also saying like you're saying the
Yeah,
Premier League, but the year after that, an English team won the Champions League, and the
yeah.
year before that, an English team won the UEFA Cup, and
Who
an
who, who
English
won
team
the UEFA
also
Cup before?
Liverpool.
Yeah,
Liverpool. It was a couple
yeah,
of
Won the
years
Mickey
before
Mouse
that,
treble.
and
yeah.
and United also won a Champions League, within that time frame. So
Yeah.
I get you that Serie A was the stronger league, but the Premier League wasn't where the French league is now.
Okay, fair enough.
Look, I just also did he do it for 4 years?
I don't, to be honest with you, I only caught the peak of Nedved, bro. Like,
Same,
yeah.
same.
And so I won't lie to you. I won't say that I've known this guy since I was bro. I only caught
Guys,
the peak of him.
maybe I'm just bitter that Thierry Henry did not win that Ballon d'Or,
Mm,
and maybe that's why I have a grudge against Nedved. You guys can obviously answer that, but I
yeah.
cannot put him in elite.
I know it's cool. I mean, the vote is against me, which is fine. It is what it is, man.
Oh no,
We'll
I'm
vote.
putting him in world class.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
Okay,
you and I are
about.
putting him in world class.
Yeah.
X wants him
okay,
in
okay,
elite.
Yeah.
okay. I thought
So it's
you were both arguing for elite there.
No,
No.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
All right. Serge Gnabry,
Decent. Decent.
Yeah, put him with Rashford.
H
Yeah.
dude.
I
There's
H.
think put
nothing wrong.
Grealish there as well.
There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's a good player, but
Mm.
I mean now I'm looking and it's Steven Pienaar above him, but like Pienaar gave us memories. This guy doesn't give us memories.
I'm
Yeah.
putting Grealish in decent as well, just by the way.
Okay. Grealish, decent. All right.
The
And
guy
then
has
But
doesn't even
also,
have
but also,
touches league going.
Grealish is not doing anything wrong.
yeah, he isn't.
Yeah,
He's
but
just playing for Pep.
like I mean, 6 out of 10s, 5 out of 10s. You're not really. It's
Sevens
you're not
as well.
there. Mm,
Hmm.
the last time he dropped to 7 was a performance against Liverpool like 2 years ago, 2.5 years
Hmm.
ago.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's fine. He's not a.
Mm.
When you see Jack Grealish come on, you don't feel relief.
You
Like when I
see,
see Marcus Rashford come on, I feel relief.
You put Rashford at the end of decent and put Grealish at the top of decent. Or just create the
it's just
puck, yeah, and just put Rashford in there.
yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Of course, we said Thierry. We're not gonna include him here. Kylian,
I have a view on
Well,
Gibble.
Kylian
try.
Mbappe.
Let's go for the view, Doug.
I think at the end of his career, and if we do not include Ronaldo, he has an argument for GOAT.
Mhm,
Mm, mm, mm.
But we are not there yet.
mhm,
But he's also like 2 goals away from being the all-time top goal scorer in the World Cup. He's played in 2 World Cup finals. He's got a hat trick in a World Cup final.
Yeah,
It's just that he's played for PSG. So we
yeah.
can't, like, he hasn't won a champ. He's probably going to win one this year. But I suppose if we're having this discussion next year, he would be in elite. But France is not enough and PSG is not enough.
Mm.
I don't
But
know. Do
as
you guys
well,
disagree with me?
that hat trick in the final, though, bro, that
Look, this
raises
man
stocks
is
heavily.
ice, ice,
mm.
ice cold, and
That
he is
final, bro.
clutch as all fuck. But
So
it's just
we
it's PSG guys. Come on.
Mm.
yeah. Look,
It's club
we
form
need
that's holding
to
him back.
we need to remember that he had ample opportunity to jump ship and go to Madrid, and he didn't.
Mm.
Where he could have jumped ship and gone to Madrid and delivered. But another thing that we also need to realize with this guy is he's gonna be 26. Like this is his peak, his prime. He will be at this level for 4 more years, and he hasn't exactly started his Madrid career the way everyone expected him to. You take away the penalty goals, he hasn't really done much. Vinicius is still Madrid's best player.
Mm.
Look, Mbappe has all of the 10 to 16-year-olds on his side because he's our FIFA cover boy, he's our wonder kid. He was supposed to be the next it, but he's
Yeah.
26 and he isn't it just yet. Look, he
I
has
think
a
he
World
is
Cup. He
it.
could have had to.
He is it.
Nah,
I think
look,
he is it. But
there's Haaland has
he's
already
not.
displaced him. There was the Haaland Mbappe debate that was ended quicker before it even started. I certainly don't.
I think Mbappe is better than Haaland. Okay,
He's more
Haaland is more
talented than
efficient,
Haaland.
but
He's more
I'd
talented than
rather watch
Haaland.
Mbappe than Haaland.
Yeah. Same here. Shiva, I'm with you on that, bro.
Look, I
He's
can't.
definitely more talented, but he doesn't. The sheer
He's the
fact that
best
he's gone
player
to
that
Madrid
we've
and
spoken
hasn't
about
delivered.
so far, but he hasn't delivered what the players above him have delivered. Is that fair? Is that fair for
Yeah,
me to say?
yes. I think that's where I was also going with it. He is talent-wise probably the one of the best players I've ever seen. But like I said, did he show the bottle to jump ship and say to PSG, "You're a small club. I want to go and be with Zidane at Madrid where I can win the Champions League." That was supposed to be his story, and he didn't do it. Now he's gone to Madrid when he's almost 26, and I'm not saying he's failing, but he hasn't set La Liga. It's not like he's come to the Premier League and isn't working out. He's gone to La Liga where he has Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham, Camavinga. Chouameni and he isn't setting it alight. That's my argument. I'm not saying
I
he
think
isn't
he's
a
just trying
world
to
class
fit into
player.
the team.
Yeah, I just think he needs to just
Mm,
acclimatize,
Yeah.
dog. At times, and as well, it's still early times, guys. We're in October, bruh.
Mm. I feel
October. It's
like
not
if we
like,
have this discussion this time next season,
yeah,
we wouldn't they wouldn't
yeah,
be this debate. But he just I don't know, guys who are watching, do you guys where do you guys stand on this? I'm
yeah,
deducting points because he's been at PSG his entire career. Although he was pretty good at Monaco and he did end some careers at Monaco.
all
I
right.
mean, he will probably, there's an argument,
mm,
but
I think
he's not
bottom
there
of
yet.
elite for me. I think bottom of elite.
Yeah, same here. I'd say bottom
Yeah.
of it as well, bro.
Yeah, okay,
You know,
I can get on board with that.
When you
yeah,
said you had a few words, I asked if you meant world class, and then okay, but I see what you meant. So yeah, I'm happy to
yeah,
vote him. It's just I want to end it off by saying I expect more.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
100%.
expect
Yeah.
a whole
Bro,
lot
if
We
you're
more.
all
gonna,
do. We all do.
bro, if you're gonna score 3 goals in a World Cup final, dog, come on. In a World Cup
My
final,
Mm,
bro.
favorite thing about that was after the game, he was so upset with himself.
Yeah,
mhm,
And you could see that he was upset with himself. And I like that because he's done something that no one has ever done before. He was the best player in the World Cup or in that game. And he came away with the golden boot and it's like, this is not why I'm here.
yeah,
mhm.
He had his eye on the prize. I like that. Very
And
yeah,
few
especially after
people
he
have
won
that,
it the previous time, he's already
especially
a World
after he
Cup
won it
winner.
the previous time. So I look, there's the only thing stopping him from going to GOAT is that Ronaldo's on this list, but he's
mm,
not there yet for me.
yeah. All right. I don't know. Chriso mentioned Rivaldo. Should I leave this guy out?
He's he's
Because
a
he was part
cam,
of
and
the camps.
yeah,
No,
he
Rivaldo was
wasn't a
left
cam.
winger, wasn't he?
Nah, he was a cam.
He was a
He
camp.
played left wing for Brazil because Brazil were moving.
Yeah,
Well,
was
Brazil
stacked.
didn't really have attacking positions. They were
Yeah.
just like, okay,
Everyone,
here's
everyone
Juan,
could
here's
play.
Lucio, here's
Yeah.
Gilberto Silva. The rest of you have fun.
Yeah.
So
Essentially, yeah, you're right, Shabal. Like the back four and the CDM was standard, but the
yeah,
attackers they need.
even Cafu and Carlos, they were having fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They were.
Yeah, that team
Remember,
was incredible, bro. What the
bro,
hell?
remember this guy, guys, Zé Roberto.
Zeroberto, yeah.
Is he a left winger?
No,
Yeah,
he was like a left wing back. He wasn't a left
No, but he
winger.
was he was also sort of a midfielder.
he was a
I
Yeah.
remember
midfielder.
him playing as in midfield.
Man, these attackers from Brazil could play everywhere, dog.
So
Like, let's
I'll tell you why I figured out that he could actually play left wing is because I packed him in FIFA this year. And my
yeah,
history of Roberto, I always thought he was a left back. Like I always knew he was Bayern Munich's left back. I didn't know he played further up the field. I knew he took, he ducked into midfield a few times, but I always thought he
yeah.
was a left back with good free kicks. That's really all I remember him being.
And as
See, and,
well, he
and
also,
I remember him as a centre mid that could play left back
yeah,
rather
Mm.
than
he
I,
just he,
So
he just
neither
had
of
a,
us remember him as a left winger. I think that just proves the
yeah.
point.
all right, should we leave him off then, kids?
Yeah, I think leave him off.
Because this guy could also play left wing, left mid,
Yeah.
and it's just that he
Okay,
has an edge
where did he play his most games?
Probably
for
left back.
let's
Because
check.
they bought Ribery in 2010, 2009. And
2000
Ribery was
and
basically.
2007, I think actually.
Yeah, it's
2008
07.
maybe.
Oh, so then no, then they wouldn't have played Zeroberto on the left too many times. Because Ribery had that position basically unlocked from the time he got there.
I'm
Mm.
looking at transfer market. They say he's a midfield, left midfield.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he probably did play
left
most of his
midfield.
games.
Yeah, that's the main position,
Okay,
left midfield on
let's talk
transfer
about him.
market.
Let's talk about him.
Yeah. To be
I
fair,
just
I
know he
only
was
know.
ridiculous at free kicks. That's
Yeah,
literally all I know about him. He was
and as
ridiculous
well,
at free
bro.
kicks.
And let's be honest, we are familiar with this game on the international stage.
Mm,
That's me personally. I never watched Bundesliga. Like there was no
mm.
Bundesliga on
I
DSTV,
mean,
bro.
I caught him sometimes in the Champions League, but
Yeah,
again, that's why
that
I'm
too.
thinking he was a workhorse midfielder. He had a very
Yeah.
good touch. He had a good left foot.
Mm.
Um, okay, I haven't seen enough of him as a left winger to speak about
Same.
him in this context.
The reason why
Same.
you see would be the reason why I would put him on world class there is because he started for the
For
you
Brazil.
see 2002 up until oh
Yeah.
06 he used to
Yeah.
start, and
Can't
that
argue with that.
Those Brazilian
Can't
teams were
argue with
fire,
that.
bro. All of them.
He's
Was it
also got a
was it that
Champions League.
long ago? Why
Yes.
did
Yeah,
I feel like he was like 2008 to like
No, he
2012?
was. He was, but he was one of those players
Okay.
that started early and then
yeah,
toward the end of his career, he kind of just became more and more reserved, even though his level
yeah.
didn't really drop that much.
It
Okay.
didn't. And you
I
must
mean,
see him now, bro. Like if you could check him out on Insta, guy has an 8 pack. He's like a nani type of player. Those ribbed gents, you know, very
yeah, look,
athletic, very quick.
I can't give a vote. Like I said, my remembrance of Zero Bronco was he was a very fast fullback that could bang in free kicks, and he played for Bayern Munich, and he was Brazilian. Like that's all I remember of him. I
He's
know him as a player, but like on that note only.
he's pretty much Fred that can play football. Essentially, that is techie
So
and
basically, he's nothing like Fred.
he's got he's got
Respect,
he's got
respect
Fred's
my
engine.
goats.
He's got Fred's
Yeah.
engine, bro. Like Diego
Yes.
Roberto could
Yes.
play for, and that's another thing. He never even benched, bro. This guy, he always started for Brazil because he had the engine. He could run
Yep.
non-stop. So you need that in your team, especially if you've got a lot of flair players around. At least one of them needs to know how to track back,
Yeah, and he
and
did
hold
that.
that position.
He
And
did
he
do
used
that.
to win that. Yeah, he used to do that a lot. Yeah, yeah, dude. So
I'm
for
happy
me,
with him in world class.
I'm world class. Yeah. Alrighty, let's move over to the next player. Moko Neymar.
I
I'll
also
go
have a
last
very
on this.
yeah.
I'll
No,
go
I
last on this
want to go
because
last.
I'm gonna have a
Okay, okay,
passionate. I have
okay.
a
You
very
can
passionate
go
take
last
on
because you have
Neymar.
X. I think you can go first on this. What do you think?
I think Neymar's elite, bro. I just don't think he lived up to his to the expectations that we had for him. But man, he's the Celesar all-time top goal scorer. Which, if you look at that all-time top goal scorer list, yeah, they are monsters in that list. And so for the mere fact that he's on top of that says something. It's just what Brazilians turn up, girls, alcohol, ish. The lifestyle
And
gets to these
Jesus.
guys. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm not. But
All of them. Every
oh,
single one.
yeah, but they, bro, they love groove, dog. They like those guys that just love lifestyle. You see, and it's like same thing with Mbappe right now. We waiting for Mbappe to, start winning Champions Leagues and start, dominating and being a Ballon d'Or winner. That's what we were waiting for Neymar to do, especially when they won the treble. I think, yeah, and it's 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
2015, I
2015.
think.
2015.
2015 when he won the treble with Barca. He was exceptional, bruh. It's just PSG move messed everything up. Then you reach the Champions League final, so it's just peaks and valleys, Shavar. So what happens if what happens if a player has four peaks, Shavar? It's just that they're not in a row.
Okay, can I
Yeah,
X? It's very
yeah.
hard to argue with anything you've just said, except for one thing. There's
Yeah.
one thing that I will argue with. The reason why he is the Seleção all-time top goal scorer is
Mhm,
the 2014 World Cup that was going to be hosted in Brazil. Brazil did not play in qualifiers, obviously, because they were hosting it. What they did
mhm.
instead was they did a world tour and they played against countries from all over the world. So they were basically stacked with friendlies. And he kind of stat padded in that era,
Damn.
right? That's kind of why. Look, I'm not saying he shouldn't be elite because he went to Barcelona to sort of take over from Messi. He didn't. Nobody thought Messi would be the best player in the world at 35. Um, there were times where he was better than Messi, and I'm thinking about that 6-1 against PSG. this man
Yeah.
was the best player on the pitch that night. Better than Messi, better than Iniesta, better than Suarez. Um, it's just he did not he did not deliver what we knew he could deliver, and that PSG move, it did kill him. He went to PSG to get out of Leo Messi's shadow, and he found himself in Mbappe's shadow.
Hmm.
Mm, mm. You see, and I okay, I agree with you on that, bro. But
But I get why you say he's elite X, because he's probably like top 3 dribblers of our time.
dude, like he's the last Flair player, pretty much. Because Flair is dying out in our game. Like
Vinny's right there, guys. Vinny's
Vinny's
yeah,
right
Vinny's
there.
right
not
there.
like Neymar. Not like Neymar though.
Yes,
Guys,
not
come
like
on.
Neymar, but
Neymar is on that 0206 Brazilian
Brazil.
flair
Yeah, he is.
and
He
all
is.
those complex moves. It's just that he's surrounded by stiff Brazilians. Like his era is just filled with
Yeah.
guys who can't do the Macarena, unfortunately. You see, because they're stiff, you know. And
And
that's one
also,
thing I don't like about what's happening with football right now. And I'm also beginning to also feel the flair component, bro. It's dying, bruh. Like it really is. The goals are the same. It's cutbacks, tap in, cutbacks. There's no Stevie G long range effort. FA Cup final, that shit. It's dude. When last did you see a bullet like that, bruh? Where's when we were growing up, there were so many, bruh.
mm,
Even I was watching the top 20, top, I think top, on Super Sport they tend to show the top or the best goals, maybe
yeah,
for the 2006 season.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Matt Taylor, dog, like dead
Yep,
ballers,
from
bro.
Portsmouth.
Two guys,
From Portsmouth. Halfway line
dude.
goals. Matt Taylor,
Yeah,
yes.
bro. Like two guy. Remember two guy from thingy Blackburn.
Middlesbrough.
Screamers, bro. Like this era is just filled with cutbacks, tap in, cutbacks. Dude, the goals are even becoming so boring, bruh. Like
Hmm.
it's the same.
It's like engineered.
We don't see Hatim Ben Alpha's run. Remember when he scored that goal for
All because of
Newcastle?
one man. It's all because of
Dude,
one man. One
that's
man.
why Cole Palmer, I respect Cole Palmer for leaving because he could see that, bruh, I'm
Mhm.
saucy, dog. I need to be in a team where I can showcase my individual brilliance. And that's what's lacking now, bruh. We don't see that
Mhm.
enough. Even free kicks,
Mhm.
bruh. When last, okay, other than Trent scoring yesterday,
Yep.
but we used to see free kick goals all the time, bro. Martin
Don't
Gamble.
just treat like that.
No. I'm just saying
Utter
shit like that.
woke
Give
nonsense. Why are fullbacks
give
scoring free kicks?
Trent his
Dude,
flowers. Give Trent his
remember
flowers.
even teams like Blackburn, they had Martin Gams Pedersen, bro.
Morton Gans Pedersen.
Morton,
Yep.
dude, like even
Sunderland
players
had
like
Ted
that, and
Larsson.
that wasn't elite, but you knew that if it's a free kick, you're like, shit, this guy might just hit it top pins, bro. You don't even see that anymore from smaller teams, bro. It's the same old, bro. But anyway, I digress. My
I
apologies
think
about
I think for what X says, and him being the last of a, I'm not even gonna call it a dying era, a dead era, because all of these fake Brazilians now, like, guys,
that.
what the fuck is Richarlison? Like,
Dude,
eh,
like, what's a
we
Richarlison, bruh?
yeah,
Nah.
we
And
don't
he's
need that
wearing
in our
number
lives.
nine. Number nine for Brazil.
It
Ah,
could be
like,
worse.
no
It could be
waste.
worse. It could be worse. He could be wearing number 10.
Dude, guys, it's
That would be an
appalling,
embarrassment to
bruh.
Dude,
that
Like Brazil are
country.
like Australia and rugby. I'm not sure if you guys have
yes.
seen Australia. They are so bad at rugby. It's crazy now. Losing 60 something against Argentina. 60 something. I don't care whether we're playing in Argentina, but you don't lose 60 something against them, bruh. So I think that's what's happening with Brazil as well. They're going through that train as well, bruh. They neglecting the flair, bruh. And that's what made them win. That's why they were so dominant in the 90s and 2000s. It's because of the flair, bruh. They used to do things that not a lot of teams could do, bruh. But hey, I'm just a supporter, man. I'm just a spectator,
The
bruh, from SA, I
the
guess.
the thing is, on the Brazil thing,
Yeah.
Spain did outdo them in terms of consecutive wins, and
Yeah.
then Spain came back and outdid Spain in terms of consecutive wins.
Mhm.
But when you think of what is the greatest side you've ever seen, the first thing that comes to your mind is that yellow shirt,
Dude, bro,
right?
let's be
When you
honest.
think football, it's
Mm,
the first, and if it's not the
dude.
first thing that comes to your mind,
Then you're 10
then
years old.
you're yeah, then you're 10 years old or you're in the wrong
Exactly.
sport.
Mhm.
Dude. Oh, guys, what's happening to our beautiful game, guys? That's just
Look, I'll
me.
put him in
One
elite
man.
just
One man.
because. No, but you can't say it's because of Pep because that Barcelona side balled. Even that Bayern
Yes.
Munich side balled.
And
It's
then
just the
then he
City
came
side.
then he
It's
came over
just the
here.
City side.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
City. He's just bad. Yo, dude,
It's like he solved football and now he just wants to,
dude.
apply his solution.
Can we have managers who go against? That's why I okay, Inzaghi's football
Yeah,
is not
again.
the best, but at least Klopp and Inzaghi are like, fuck it, we're gonna play our own way. We're not gonna copy this guy. We're not
Mhm.
gonna be Pep. We're gonna do it our way, bro. And so that's why I have so much respect for your old manager Shavar. It's because he was like, bro, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not gonna do it Pep's way. It's gonna be my way. Same
And
thing with
he
Inzaghi for
smashed
Inter.
Pep.
Yeah, and he used to, and that's why Pep struggled even against Inter. This Inter team, he was struggling to break them down because they don't play that thing, bro. It's like playing out for the back, bro. Like I think, man, if I was a
I
coach, I
mean,
wouldn't even care that
you
much
could you
about
can
playing out
play
for
out
the
from the back when you're Virgil van Dijk hitting a diagonal to Mo Salah,
back. You see, thank you,
right?
Shabar.
But I
Rather
don't. I
that,
look. I do like playing out from the back, but I like Gerard Piqué going into midfield.
mm,
I don't like this thing of the centre back passes it to his centre back, who passes it to his midfielder, who
oh,
passes it to the left back, who's a centre back,
and
who passes it back, and then they do this for a couple of times, and then
yeah,
they give it to a winger who can beat a man, and
you
then
see,
cut back, and then it ends up
oh,
at Kevin, and
you
Kevin
see,
plays like an inch perfect. Like if it's this much off, it's out for a throw in, but because it's there, and then Holland taps one in. That's
mm.
we've seen it.
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's that, dog. And as well, did you see there's so many goals that are conceded because goalkeepers are making mistakes. Even
Yep.
Ireland made an error. I don't know who
But
they
like,
playing today.
okay, I think I
Salah
think
made a
we're getting
mistake.
a little bit sidetracked here.
Ish, we are.
Trishul, you wanted to go last on Neymar?
Thanks, Shabab, bro. I was getting way too emotional, bro. Yeah,
Look, guys, I'm not gonna deny putting him in elite, but it's a shame what happened to him. I think
it is, bro.
that's where I'm gonna go with it. And I held a disdain for Neymar because he had the perfect platform on which to really showcase himself as one of the best ever, and then he
Yeah,
threw it away. And then
100%.
he had another platform where he could have developed himself, and then he threw it away again to go to Saudi and hasn't played football since. Now,
Mm,
my perspective on it is that growing up in primary school, it was always, oh, did you hear about Neymar? Did you see Neymar? I want to be Neymar. I want to have the mohawk. I want to do this skill move. When you're playing on the football pitch at school, it's I'm Neymar. No, I want to be Neymar. What happened to that? This
yo,
was the kid where I would come home and like I would sit and finish the Wi-Fi just watching his videos on YouTube. There was a time where, like my brother said, where he actually went
mm,
past Messi. There was a period, I want to say this is probably like somewhere 2015, 2016, where Messi was injured for like 9 or 10 games, and people were worried because like,
yeah,
what are we going to do? Messi's injured for 9 or 10 games, and this guy stepped up like no other footballer I've ever seen in my life. And then
yeah,
he threw it all away to go to PSG. To PSG, guys, he didn't go to Manchester City, who were building something because they won the league that season. He didn't go to Chelsea, who had just won the league the year previously. He didn't go to Madrid. He went to PSG, a nothing football club in a nothing league. And mind, this was after Ibrahimovic left, And just
Yeah.
before Mbappe, like a few weeks before Mbappe came, who was at PSG for him to sit and think, okay, I'm going to go there and I'm going to show Barcelona what they must. I'm going to show the world why I'm going to be the Ballon d'Or winner, why I'm going to be the next Messi, the next Ronaldo. And he failed. He
Mm,
failed dismally. His career went so south at PSG that, like, that is why Vinicius is in this conversation because of that PSG move.
yeah.
Vinicius would not be in this conversation if he stayed. Vinicius, Alexis, Mane, Hazard, Mbappe, even Ribery would not be in this conversation if Neymar stayed at Barcelona. If
Hmm.
Neymar stayed at Barcelona, we'd be putting another tier above elite, below GOAT, and putting Neymar in that tier. That's how good he
Yeah.
was. Neymar was everything that you watched football for. He was our
Yep.
generation of Ronaldinho, and he threw it away. He had it in his palm, and he threw it away. And that's why I will never sit here and say, you know what, I feel nostalgic or I wish we had players like Neymar, because why would you throw away one of the best footballing careers that someone could have had to go to PSG?
Mm. It's because they like turning up, bro. Eish, they need to unlearn those things, bro. Like,
Mm.
hey, dude, they just
It's a
love turning up.
disappointment. It's a shame. It's an
It is.
absolute shame. It's
It is,
exactly
bro.
this. Exactly this.
Mhm.
It's so much.
If
Crizo is right
only there
there.
was a Brazilian with all the flair that had a German mindset against turning up.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Hey, bro.
Hmm.
I
If
mean, there is
all,
one, but we'll talk about him in the next episode.
yeah.
Look, I'm putting him in elite, but
Yeah.
Money
that's my
talks.
reasoning
Nguban,
for why
where were
I'm
you
here.
earlier when they were talking shit? When we were talking about gigs? You come here now. Look where they put
Ngubane.
But
gigs.
let's go on, guys. I don't even want to
Yeah.
look at Neymar anymore.
All right. Shiva. Okay, Andre
Goat.
Arshavin.
No, go back there and put him in goat.
Who? Dino.
You know where you were. Put him
Yeah.
in goat. Goat. Goat.
Yeah.
I know Dino is phenomenal, bro.
You know,
Hey,
we said for the guys in
It's
elite that it was a
so
pleasure.
unfair.
This was like it's a pleasure
It's
times 10. It
it's
was
yo,
so
oh,
unfair that Ronaldo did what he did, but man, there is no one you would rather watch. No
yo,
one. I'm sorry.
yep.
Of
yeah,
every single footballer that I have ever watched, no one is more joyful than Ronaldinho.
yo, Dino, bro. Oh,
Ronaldinho is the first footballer I remember watching.
yes,
And I remember
It was
I
all
saw this
downhill
guy
from
do.
there.
Yeah, I remember. Like, imagine my first football experience with Ronaldinho, and then I got that guy in decent over that I have to watch every week now. Well, like that's like honestly, this guy was not a footballer. He was just someone who went on the pitch to enjoy his time. You know, like
dude,
the ball was his instrument, and his opposition fullback wasn't a person. It was like a stripper pole. He's just there to dance past you. That's
yeah,
what it was. Ronaldinho was like it was perfection. It was perfection. His first goal for Barcelona, where he got the ball, he danced, he cut inside, and he banged it off the crossbar. Who
yeah,
does that for your debut goal at Barcelona? It's crazy, man.
dude,
With the
It's
that
smile on his
crazy.
face. With this,
Exactly.
like he went to the supermarket and he found his favorite cool drink on special. That's what it was. Just
Yeah,
that casual. Ah,
he was fire.
ridiculous.
And
Ridiculous.
this guy was ridiculous, bro. Oh,
I remember he took two guys to the touchline
mm,
and okay, what I'm about to say doesn't make sense because I can't explain it. I don't have the words to describe it. But he dribbled these oaks and the ball didn't touch the ground.
yeah, where he
Yep.
was
Yeah.
Yeah.
over
I'm like,
there.
how
Hey,
we
I
can't
wish
now
even
I
put him
wish
in
he
goat,
lasted
right?
longer.
We
Yeah,
know
no.
we know who's gonna be in goat, but we can't not put him in goat because
nah,
I'd
but
rather watch
remember,
Ronaldinho than
yeah,
that
but
guy.
remember, we agreed that CR7 and Messi, we not, yeah,
Yeah.
Then he's
Yeah.
goat. Then he's
Hmm.
yeah, we
goat,
not,
and this
we
one
not,
is easier than even Iniesta.
yeah.
Yep.
Ah, this one
Yep.
is simple, bro. He stands alone. The gap between him and the rest, yeah, it's
What you
huge, bro.
just said there, the X is the truth. He stands alone. There is nobody. Zero, none, nobody. Nobody is
And if you
touching him.
try to stand with him, he just nutmeg you. So
And
sit
Exactly.
and
down.
you know, and another thing is, bro, is that even there's a time where he was. at an NBA All-Star game, bro. Even NBA players were, yo, the GOAT. Like they
Mm,
were greeting him, bro. Like all these ballers. And you know, Americans and soccer, they're not really into, they're not really tuned into football, but
mm,
they acknowledged him. They were like, bro, we know who you are, bro. We know who
mm.
you are, dude. Like you
And
Ronaldinho.
this is the era before the like where the internet had just started out. You know, it
Yeah,
wasn't there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't Facebook. All of that stuff was like in such early stages. It's not like now where every day there's a new compilation of a player. This guy was just he was a
But
his
yeah,
own
every
match,
game
a
was a
singular
compilation.
match. Yeah, one
yeah,
match Ronaldinho was a compilation on its own. He
mm,
like it's ridiculous. I wish his career lasted longer. But
yeah.
like honestly, I'm paying thousands to watch this guy live in
Yeah.
any era of his,
And you
any
know
era.
what's crazy, Shiva? In those 4 years, he won everything.
Yeah.
Everything. There is to win. He won
Everything, everything.
everything. Then he was
Did
like,
he come back with the Champions League again? No, he only got one Champions League.
he only has one. He
Yeah.
only has one. Oh six,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that is hilarious. You mentioned the 4-year World Cup
Yeah.
title, about how
And
that's rich.
Everything,
he won
Every
everything.
single
everything,
trophy.
dude. And
He has
yeah,
two
bro.
Ballon d'Ors, right? Or is it
Two,
one?
yeah. He
Yeah,
won everything, and he came back for a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, hey guys, I'm going to the club. He's like
I'll
another
pick up that
Romario.
Ballon d'Or tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. There's another Romario. Romario also used to do that shit. Be like, I'm on leave, 10 day. You know that 10 day leave, Shiva, the 10 day leave. They're like, we'll be back, bro. Yeah, yo.
I don't think he meant it, but
Oh yeah,
you
I
can't
also
Yeah,
don't think he
that's
meant
look.
thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. If you're looking at it in the context of 2002, you will say he didn't mean it. But if you know what Ronaldinho became after
Mhm.
2002, I wouldn't put it past him,
Yeah, because
because
the goals this
this
guy used
guy
to
this
score.
guy has done the most ridiculous things. Like
Yep.
how it doesn't make sense, some of the things he does. That goal against Chelsea, where he swivels his hips, and then with no backlift the ball ends up in the back of the net from
And the
outside the
keeper
box.
didn't move.
No backlift.
Nobody moved.
Nobody
Nobody
And
moved.
and
nobody
Everyone
knew
stood still.
anything.
and as
Everyone
well,
stood
Shiva,
still.
and as well, this is against Prime Czech. This is when
Yep.
Czech was like the best keeper in the world at that
But
time. So
also there were two defenders right in front of him. Nobody
yeah,
And
knew
they
what
both stopped.
happened.
Hmm
yo, Dino, man, he was a magician.
I think the word with Ronaldinho is audacity. I think
Yeah,
that's the best word for him. The sheer
But he
audacity
didn't
to do
have
things like
the
that.
I don't like the word audacity because he like didn't do it to prove a point. He just did
yeah,
it just because.
he
Yeah,
can.
that's true.
Yeah, it's like this is what I do, bruh. And as
His
well,
mindset never left the streets of the favelas and
Exactly.
of Brazil.
that's and
He
Exactly.
never left that. And
and that's
he
the
played
thing.
that same style on the pitch.
And that's the thing, to show. That's what the old Brazilian players
Yep.
used to do. They used to play futsal.
Mm.
Futsal, you can clearly see even them dribbling in tight spaces. Another one is Coutinho, Shavar. Let's not
Nah.
count him out.
Oh yeah,
But
Coutinho should be here. We should
yeah,
speak about him.
no, I meant as far as play is concerned. He may not be a step over type of person, but he could dribble past, especially in
Mm,
tight spaces, bruh. And then of course we know his signature move.
the
He could
color.
bang
There
one.
is a
Oh,
term for
dude.
the Brazilian flair. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Mm,
Brazilian football. It was in that movie about Pele where they first talked about it. And they
mm.
said that like it was a kind of flair that Brazilians like had. And then that's the thing that just disappeared in the middle of like the
Dude,
2010s.
it's
Yep.
like another guy is Robinho. Which position did Robinho play? Was he a left winger as
He
well?
was a striker.
Or striker?
Yeah.
But yeah, even Robinho was another one who had sauce. Oh my
It
Samba.
god.
wasn't
The
it
Some
wasn't
Samba
Samba, there
style.
was something else. I know there was Samba, there was Joga Bonito, but it was a one
Joga
word thing.
Bonito. I think
There was
I
yeah,
think
something
that's
else.
those are the two words you used to describe Ronaldinho. Joga
yeah.
Bonito.
Hmm.
Those adverts, bro. Oh. And even his flip flap, guys.
Elastico,
His,
yes.
It's Elastico. Yeah. He's got the best Elastico. There's
Yep.
no one.
He,
This one was smooth, bro. It was
Yep.
he also did that pull where he would sort of like
yeah,
pull you this way and then just and
yeah.
gone.
And then
I
God,
couldn't.
bro. Ah, and you want it, then there's nothing you can do about it. He's physical, he's strong on top of that.
Yeah,
He can run through. That's another
and
thing
he's
The
about
quick
it.
guy could
paced.
control the ball with his chest as well as some players control it with their feet. Like
Yeah.
I can't even
He
begin to
could
tell you how
catch it
hard that
here.
is. Yeah.
You know, some people can't catch it here. He could catch it here, back of his neck.
Dude,
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
ridiculous, bro. And on top of that, he was a nice guy. That's another thing.
And on top of that,
Bro,
he
that
was a nice
play,
guy.
he's a nice guy. He'll smile, he doesn't fight or anything. Ish.
Who's that?
Let's be
Who's that?
honest.
Who's
He
that
doesn't screw
female
around.
South African footballer? She's a female South African footballer that looks exactly like Ronaldinho, and she was born in 2008 or 2009 when Ronaldinho came here for the. She was born in 2009, but this was after Ronaldinho came here for the Confederations Cup, and she looks almost exactly like him.
Oh, that's a bit concerning. Wouldn't put it
Yo,
Yeah,
past him, to be fair.
we would
Would
not put it
not.
past him.
Hey, Ronaldo de Assis Moreira.
shit. Look at this
Why
guy
can't we
saying
have guys like that in this generation instead of
it's
people like
because
Ronaldo?
they're forcing these kids, bro, to not
They was
be themselves,
they
bruh. It's
want
all about
everyone to be Phil Foden,
yeah.
Yep.
who
That's
don't
the
get me
problem.
wrong is a world class footballer, but I know
Yeah.
who I'd rather watch.
Is
And
Foden not a left winger?
oh, Sterling. Yeah, he
No,
No,
is
no,
a left.
Foden.
Foden.
Foden and
Foden.
Sterling. Aren't Foden and Sterling left wingers?
Sterling should be here. Foden, I don't think he's too early in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but he's got 5 Premier Leagues, guys.
Sterling, I'm putting in world class, just by the way. I think people just don't like him because he runs like Velma.
I like
Rama. Oh
Raheem.
yeah, Rama. Yeah, from Thingy Scooby Doo.
I also think
Yeah.
he kind of also took a hit at getting sucked up in this Pep style of football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Are we gonna put Di Maria as a left wing or right wing?
Nah, Di Maria's
I
right
think
wing.
I think he's a
Right.
right winger.
All
Yeah.
right. And then there's Arshavin. Okay, let's go for Sterling, world class. And then
Yeah.
Arshavin.
Nah, I'm
I
putting
think
him
he
great.
should be Cam.
No, he was a left winger.
Be
He was a
Cam.
left
Left
winger.
wing.
No,
They
he
played
played left wing
4-4-2.
for Arsenal, but for Russia and for Zenit, he was a Cam.
But we
But
remember him for
I
his Arsenal.
I mean, I remember him for one specific game at Arsenal.
Oh. Yes, that's the word, Jinga, from the Pele movie. That's the word that I'm looking for. For
Yeah.
what Ronaldinho and the Brazilian team has, that's the word. That is what. Thank you, Phil. That's the word.
Yeah. All right, Jets. In closing, are we all happy with this list? Are there certain people that you feel need to be moved around?
Is there
I'll go
anyone
first.
that we've left
I don't,
out?
okay. Who do you think we should add?
Who
Coutinho. I
who?
think Coutinho goes into
Yeah,
world
we
class.
add Coutinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you put him in world class. Although the best thing he ever did for Liverpool was go to Barcelona,
Yeah, he gave you
where
guys
he
that
stunk
money.
up the place.
From
But
the
you know what's
night
funny
he
is that he
left
went to
Bournemouth.
buy it and then won a treble there.
Do you know when we
Yeah,
sold him to Barcelona, there was a Champions League clause where they had to pay us like 8 million or something if he won the Champions League. Then he scored
yeah,
a goal to knock Barcelona out of the Champions League to go win
yeah.
the Champions League with Bayern while he
Mm.
was on loan from Barcelona, which means Barcelona had to pay us that 8 million.
Woo! Ah, you guys made a lot of money from this guy. Ah, you guys and Klopp begged him, bro. It's like, dog, don't go, bro.
So Klopp didn't beg him. What Klopp said was, if you leave,
What?
you'll become just another player. But if you
Yeah.
stay here, you will become something special. And he wanted to go be Iniesta. So
Mm,
yeah, look, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. He made his choice. We benefited.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Giggs is
I
there.
agree. I agree. Giggs does need to change. He's a bit too high there for my liking. Put him at
No,
the end of elite then.
All right, it's fine, but it's on elite either way, man. Rankings.
Guban, help me here, please.
I still think that Sanchez and Mane shouldn't be as high as they are.
Damn.
Okay, maybe not Mane, maybe Sanchez. I don't think he was better than anyone else there. Um, I think top of world class for me. Mane, I, I would say he was elite. I think he was a world class player with elite peaks. But for what he's done, also for his country, not just his club, I think that works. But then it's the same argument for Sanchez, to win back-to-back Copas.
I
But I
mean,
don't
we
know.
spoke
With
about
Sanchez, he was world class.
Ronaldinho winning everything in 4 years. Aside from the World Cup,
Yeah,
Mane won everything in 4 years.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Mane out of elite. I would take Sanchez out of elite.
Sanchez out of elite.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say if you don't have a Champions League, you can't be in elite,
Mm,
except for Mbappe because he has a World Cup.
Yeah, Hazard has a Champions League,
yeah. And he didn't do anything in that Champions League. He also
but he
got an
still
A
has one.
for signing. He just put his name and student number,
But
bruh.
to be fair, Chin, he
Oh,
has two Europa Leagues.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
So
And
Sanchez
two,
has three or two FA Cups, 2 or 3 FA Cups.
I mean, he's
yo,
got a La Liga, a couple of La
yeah,
Ligas, but
let's just
Yeah,
chill.
but
no big one, no big ears.
Yeah,
yeah.
I big ears. That for me, that's the pinnacle of European football, bruh. Like,
Well, then I
yo,
mean,
big
Shiva, then
ears.
your argument about Giggs goes out the window because he has.
He has two big ears. So
He's got
it's
two
so
big
funny.
ears.
This weekend I was with my cousin. He's an Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
and we walked past the shop, and they're selling replica trophies. And so we were looking at the trophies and asking the guys how much does it cost and stuff like that. And then my cousin asked what the price of the Champions League trophy was. And then he's an Arsenal fan, right? So I looked
Mm.
at him and I smiled and I didn't say anything, but he read my mind. And then he got angry, and then we were not looking at trophies anymore. So, so yeah, I think look, no big ears, you go down.
All right, all right. Ish, but dog, those two,
It's
man.
tough. It's tough.
Uh,
No. Sadio's got big ears. You leave him there.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I'll
just
leave Mane. I'll
Sanchez.
leave Mane.
Yeah,
Sadio could have had two. Could have had three.
Could have had three,
yeah,
Sadio. Although no,
But
look, two. I think two is right. That first one,
yeah,
we were the small team against the giants there.
yeah.
not
Against
even the
Carey.
second one. Even the second one.
The second
The
one
second
was
one,
over. No,
yeah, but
we
Liverpool
were
all
we
over.
were that second game
All
was
over.
Liverpool against Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, Chris, I
That's
get the
true.
international. I get the
That's true.
international argument, but remember, he did it at Arsenal for 3.5 years. Barcelona only had a year, and okay, the 4-year World Cup cycle thing comes into account, but he had
Didn't
a longer
Brazil
fall off.
only didn't Brazil only win an international title when Neymar was injured?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he did. But he also got an A. For.
No big ears.
No, he didn't win
No
it with
big ears.
Barcelona. Barcelona won it
Yeah,
in 9, 11, and then 15.
15.
yeah, yeah. He wasn't there. He wasn't there,
Mhm.
unfortunately. Yeah. But
He
hey,
was
for me,
doing
it's
the
just those
Community
two
Shield with Arsenal.
international. Like I said, the CONCACAF. What is it called? The South American region
Yeah, it's
is
the
yo.
toughest.
It's
It's
tough,
Mhm.
it's
bro.
definitely tougher than AFCON.
Yo,
Are
And
we going
it's
to talk
definitely
about
tougher than the Euros.
are we going to talk about the last guy remaining there?
which
The
guy?
one who we said we can't put in, Cristiano.
It's all been said.
It's
We
all been
know
said.
if we put him in, he goes to GOAT. Then we have
Yeah,
to move Ronaldinho down, and we don't want to
And
move
I don't want to
Ronaldinho
move.
down.
Yeah, I don't want to move Ronaldinho
yeah,
down.
100%.
But yeah, I still think I'm going to say two things that contradict each other. I think Ronaldo is the only player ever who gets criticized for doing something good just because Messi is better. But
Mhm.
I also think there is not a tier, but there is half a tier between the two. He just isn't on Messi's level,
Mhm.
as scary as that is. But there is still a big gap between him and number three.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mm.
100%. It goes Messi, Ronaldo, and Iniesta in our generation for me.
I mean, even me, I would say there's a gap between Ronaldo and Iniesta.
Yep.
Just
But I'm
because he's
saying
what
in our
15 years
generation,
now.
yeah, in our generation, that's my top three.
That's my top
Yeah.
three
I
in that order.
Yeah, I'm not changing that. Neymar doesn't get anywhere close. Um, Looking at
Yeah.
this, I'm very keen for right wingers because
Yeah.
there's
Right
been
wingers is
a
gonna be tough.
lot of debates.
There's a
So,
lot of
tools, we decided there would only be one goat because then otherwise you're not the goat. You're just,
Mm.
a tier above everybody else. That's why we created the elite tier,
And
yeah.
that's why we don't put Messi and Ronaldo into
Messi and
these
Ronaldo in, because otherwise there's
Yeah.
no debate.
Yeah. There really
Even
isn't,
though
man.
here there was no debate anyway, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
hundred
happy with
percent.
this list. I think we got this list pretty spot on. I mean, look, the
Yep.
Sanchez debate will be there, but for the most part, 98%, I think we got this
Mm-hmm.
list pretty spot on.
what about Theo Walcott?
I.
Right
Is he
winger.
a
You're
right
dead
winger?
I'm
on
not
right.
even
Yeah,
gonna
you're dead
add
on
him.
right.
I'm not even gonna
I'm
add
just
him. No, not
I'm just
Walcott.
thinking. Now, guys, don't give him some respect.
What respect
I'm
for
just
what?
If we put in Walcott, then we have to put in guys like Ashley Young,
Uh,
nah.
and I don't want to do that. We are definitely having Nani in our right winger debate
yeah,
because
Nani
that's
is
my
fine.
boy. That's my
Yeah,
boy.
Nani is
But
fine. Nani
I
has
think I
Premier
think
League
Walcott
titles.
was
He's got a
more
Champions League.
Champions League. Yeah.
Yeah, Nani is fine. He's got a Euro. Like Nani is cool, bruh. It's
Mm,
calm. He's done his thing. You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there someone that we're forgetting? I feel like this. I know Liverpool haven't had any good wingers until Sadio Mane came, so wouldn't be a Liverpool player.
I think
Steve
after
McManaman, but he'd
Ronaldo,
also be a right winger.
I won't lie. I'm not old enough to remember McManaman
That guy
personally,
was also saucy.
especially his prime. Yeah, my uncle said he's
oh,
yeah.
Harry Kewell. We forgot Harry Kewell.
Yeah, Harry Kewell. Harry Kewell. Although
Yeah.
I'd put him in great.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah. Yeah. I would put him in great as well. I don't think he was going
Technically,
to work out.
Andres Iniesta's got a lot of games at left wing.
he does. He does.
but
Technically.
we can't do that. We can't do that because we had this debate with Cafu and Maldini, so we can't do that. Yeah, I
What
genuinely
about
can't remember
Pedro?
anyone else.
Wasn't he alright?
Oh no, he
Oh,
was left. He was left because Messi played on the right,
Yeah.
and then at
Pedro.
Chelsea
He played on
he
the left
also
because
played.
William played on the right.
William played on the right. Yes,
Pedro. But Pedro is like what? Great.
a Euro, a World
I
Cup,
mean, he
three
got
Champions Leagues,
everything.
two Champions Leagues. No,
I
three
think
Champions Leagues.
he 3 Champions Leagues. I
Is
think
it
he
three?
also there was three. I think he also has a record of like he was the only player to score in every final or something at
He was
one
Yeah,
there for
stage
the
because
World
he
Cup, wasn't
scored in
he?
the no, I mean every club final because at that point
yeah.
Messi didn't score in the Club World Cup and Pedro did.
He
So where
does
does
have a
he go?
World Cup though.
He
Was
does
he
have a
there for the
World Cup.
2010? Okay.
He was there for the 2010 World Cup.
Where does he go?
Um, he's like
He was a very
Kingsley
good player.
Coman, where
Yeah, he was a very good player.
you want him in your team, but and you
Yeah.
could rely on him, but there's a reason why he benched at Barcelona and
Oh,
then went to Chelsea.
Memphis as well. Memphis, but he goes into great.
Ah,
Memphis put him there next to Marcus.
He came right a bit after leaving United. I would put him at. Actually,
No, you can't put him in great.
yeah,
The people in great have
yeah,
won things.
yeah. That is true.
yeah.
That is true. Who
Well,
else?
okay,
Who
no,
else?
not so much Arshavin and Pina, but
From
everybody else
current
there.
playing days, who is like at the like near the end of their career that we're forgetting?
Well, with Sadio Mane.
No. Like I'm saying, like players that are like 28, 29, 30 that we could be forgetting that are like still playing. Mm. I'm thinking of names like Ezekiel Lavezzi, Gaitan, but they wouldn't really get on this list, I don't think.
Ah, dude, it
I
has to
think
be a
Lavetti,
heavy hitter.
yeah, he didn't really look. He's a definitely more talented than some players on this list, but doesn't have the
Yeah,
trophies to back it up.
Wait,
100.
what did we not didn't we say Paye was a left winger?
Dimitri.
Yeah.
Did
Did
we
we,
say he was a left winger?
I feel like we did say he was a left winger. I don't remember him for Cam.
Let me
Either
see.
way, he'd also go to great, right? Is there
Yeah.
anyone that's going to upset that elite bracket, or anyone that's going to
Nah,
be a discussion about in world
No.
class?
Unless we're going back to like Stoichkov and players like that.
yeah,
I don't think,
and
yeah.
we haven't
Yeah,
seen
and you don't want to.
Stoichkov,
Yeah.
bro. Nah. So let's not go
Stoichkov
there.
and Rivellino and all guys like that, we haven't.
Joe Cole's a good shout. Let's talk about Joe Cole.
Ah,
Wasn't he
but
Cam and right wing? I feel like
Cole
he
was
was Cam
I
never.
right now.
suppose. I
But Cole was
suppose.
never, guys. Yeah. And then Chris
Wait,
was said
Nah,
wasn't
Muller, but
Maluda a left winger?
Darren
ah, but
Maluda.
those
Yes.
guys.
But no. 4 years, guys. 4 years. Maluda had 2 years maybe.
Yeah, guys.
Oh,
Zola.
Zola?
Zola.
Are we gonna count him as left winger, or I feel like
He
he
was
wasn't
more
a
center
striker.
forward than, yeah, he was more center forward, but he was more center forward than Cam. He was more
Yeah.
striker than Cam, but more Cam than striker, which is very weird.
But he was also a little bit of a left winger as well.
Hmm.
And as well, to be
Alex Del
honest with you,
Piero.
Del Piero was a cab,
So yeah, it was
center
it
forward.
was like a center forward, yeah.
Yeah, it was a center forward. Yeah. Del Piero.
I'm sure there are like a bunch of names that we're missing, but I think we've got the most important ones. And like we said,
Yeah,
nobody's disrupting that elite tier, and obviously the
Yeah.
GOAT is the GOAT.
Goat is
Um,
Mhm.
inarguable.
Yeah, guys, let's call it. We've been shooting
yeah,
for quite some time. Thank
yeah.
you
I'm
so
happy
much
with
for
this list.
yeah, Sabia. I'm also
I'm
happy.
happy. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
I'm happy. And thank you guys for availing yourselves. Much appreciated. I do see that there's quite a few people here. Guys, please like, share,
Read the
comment,
banner, guys. Read the banner. Read the
please,
banner.
please help a brother out. This is Sleazy Sports, and we are out.
See you guys.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.